Well, happy Friday, everyone. Are some of you feeling as if losing what track and what day it is? Well, today it is 12:12 on Friday, and it is time for Awareness Moments with Kyra. And interestingly, because awareness doesn't necessarily follow the timing, and because awareness is something that when we step into it, we're outside of time. We're in this infinite moment. And so all things work together and come into alignment in this moment of outside of time. I just got off of a Zoom, an incredible Zoom that I don't know if I can speak about it without my heart just bursting open and the tears flowing, but it was a reunion of Unity of Divine Love folks from my ministry that I pioneered in Arizona and been gone 10 years now. And so it was a reunion of some of those folks coming together and just celebrating the experience that we're in the midst of, the recognition that our hearts are connected eternally, the fact that we are one with each other and everyone is having this experience of growth. I want to welcome Stacy and Mary Helen, Stacy Turner and Stacy Esman, Yvonne, my cousin, well, kind of connected cousin, and Sandy and Domingo and Joyce. Anyway, welcome to all of you and grateful to have you here with us as we step outside of time. I want you to take a breath with me. Let's do that again. We just step outside of this time that we are in the world and open to this now moment. Welcome, George. Glad you're here with us in this timelessness experience. See, when we really come into the presence of the divine, the present moment of presence, then what happens for us, we no longer caught up in the field of time and space. We're in the spacious expansiveness where there's no time. You know, as I started to say, I was on this beautiful Zoom as a reunion call, and there's no time in that moment of remembrance of the love that is shared eternally between us, the recognition that we are one with one another wherever we may be. It is such a powerful experience to know that we don't have to get caught up in time in this moment, and we just instantly expand our awareness. Welcome, Reverend Marianne and Ana Arango. We're so great to have you with us as well, and Domingo. And each one of us are being invited to begin to notice when I step out of time and space, where are my heart and soul connections? What do I know about the truth of the eternal awareness and the eternal oneness that is living and breathing me in this moment? It's in the field of time and the field that we get into fear, that we get into feeling separate or alone. And it's a time that we're getting to really recognize I don't have to buy into those old paradigms. We are collapsing the systems and the belief systems that have kept us in bondage to being on this constant flurry of activity in the way that we have. Now, some of us may still be very busy if we're working from home or whatever way we're involved in this. And yet, the moment I stop and take a breath, the moment I turn my conscious awareness to this greater connectivity that is happening here, we're beginning to notice the connections. When we stop the busyness of the mind, we feel the power of the heart. We feel the power of the connections that we have in our heart and soul. And I want to welcome Diane Royal and Susie Jurovich and Kim Wright. We're so grateful for each of you because we are all connected right now. Those of us that are connecting on this particular method or those that will join even later, it is outside of time and space. It is a soul-to-soul, heart-to-heart awareness that we cannot be alone. We cannot be, because it doesn't exist in the universal consciousness. In the universal awareness, we are all one always. And so therefore, our recognition of each other in the moment is such a powerful blessing that we can access and go to and begin to pour that blessing out, to feel the love. When I feel the love within myself, I honor the love that is within you. Welcome, Allison LaMarche Fox and Ina Stanley and Ginger Millman. Glad to have you with us. And as we experience, I read your names because it is a connection. It is a powerful word, is powerful. It is the energy of the universe. Word, I am word. And in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God. See, the word is that which we're bringing forth, that divine energy. So when I speak your names, Anne-Marie Work is here with us, is that I am also honoring the vibration of who you are and the interconnection that we carry at a vibrational level. And there is love in that name speaking, in that experience of expressing to one another this infinite love, this infinite connection. So many of us have been separate from ourselves, let alone one another. We've gotten into that life that keeps us constantly on the move, constantly outwardly focused. And as we go inward and begin to focus these energies and bring the light of awareness into each moment, into each experience, then all of a sudden the veil is no longer so big. It's not big between the parts of myself. So therefore, it's no longer big with you either. I no longer feel separate from you. Hi, Carolyn. It was so good to be on that call with you a moment ago. And to have you here. It is truly a powerful thing when we begin to allow our heart to expand in this now moment. We recognize we've never been apart from one another, and we couldn't be. We recognize we couldn't be apart from this divine. It may look like that physically. I'm not denying that there's this physical, we miss each other's touch, we miss hugging each other, all those other things. And yet there is this awareness in us that remembers, that remembers the heart and soul, the imprint of someone, the beauty of their magnificence comes shining through. And it's like a festival of remembrance. See, we are being invited into a festival of remembrance right now. I love that idea. Let's create a festival. I like festivals. Do you? All right. Hi, welcome, Mary Camp Cesarato and Joan Westinghouse Johnson and Harriet Kirkland. So glad that you are here in this festival of remembrance with us. We are remembering this non-local time or space and just expanding into the awareness of the remembrance of who we are and our interconnection with ourselves and all of creation. So as we get out of the way, we begin to experience and see even more of that. Welcome, Mike Cruz Zavala, and each one of you are a part of bringing those energy imprints into this, encoding ourselves with this remembrance of recognizing that as we access that expanded awareness by just turning our attention away from what's happening out here into this inner place, we can begin to feel ourselves begin to unify, harmonize, parts of ourselves that maybe we've not paid attention to, that maybe the part that's sad, or it might be the part that's feeling at home, that's feeling relief from some of the pressures of life. Welcome, Ruthie Freeman. And each one of us have the opportunity to say, am I going to go into this infinite space and allow the soul connections, the heart and soul connection that begins with me and that knows I can never be separate? And I want you to be thinking about this week or this day, what are those places where you have felt transcendent experiences? And what is happening now for you? Are you having any of those moments? Are you allowing yourselves to experience rising above the the experience of the world and begin to see it from a place where you're just being the vessel for love. You're remembering your oneness with all of creation. You're experiencing that. And then to start to look at what are the benefits that have come to you through this time. What benefits have happened as a result of this experience? Now, granted, not everyone is experiencing benefits at this time. Not everybody has that experience going on. Some are struggling financially or with health situations. And so those of us that are at home and at peace and are okay, we have the opportunity then to hold that divine connection within ourselves so powerfully, to recognize the benefits and to send forth that signal of love, to help others know that there is love here for them. There is support here for them, that there are ways that awareness itself is moving in and transforming their lives. And yes, it may look very disruptive for some. And yet what it's really doing is opening our hearts. See, if you are open to this time, these connections become so much more beautiful and meaningful. Every connection that we have. Like I said, this reunion phone call or Zoom call that I just had, or Zoom experience, it was truly an experience that absolutely opened my heart and expanded my being. And it helps me know that those connections, they never go away. The love never dies. Love just continues to send out its ripples, just like light does. When we access the light and the love that is within us, it is always, and we begin to allow it to inform and to move through us. It radiates out, and those ripples are never ending. They go through all of creation. So this 10-year reunion of folks that I knew and loved, and I haven't seen most of them in a very, very long time, and yet to know the moment we joined together, this energetic was so powerful and profound, and so much love and celebration in that moment. And to recognize that has never been gone. Where has my attention been there? But all I had to do was really connect in, we say through this means, through an internet experience, right? It really is recognizing the way the internet of our being is operating through the internet and recognizing these connections and feeling them. And the moment I put any attention there, it immediately informs that energy to go out, and if it's a blessing to someone, if it's a radiation of love from within myself out into the world or out to those that I care about. Marilyn Huggins and Cynthia Strawbridge, welcome. Glad to have you on here with us as well. As we step moment by moment into this now, right now, into this now, and begin to just experience the feeling of our awareness, of our divine connection, of the love that is the sacred knowing within our soul. And we remember the truth that we are this divine being. You and I and those that are watching me, you all are way showers in this world. You are those who are sharing the light with others, that are bringing that presence out into the world. And your love of yourself and one another is what helps bring that energy, vibration, and frequency up on the planet. For those that are having more challenging situations, welcome Jackie Lawson. And each one of us are here to be that presence. What does it feel like inside of you when you touch into that infinite space? You're no longer in the space-time continuum, but you're in that infinite, outside of time. Do you recognize that in that space, that you really do touch into the heart? It doesn't mean if it's someone that's in this plane of existence that you're thinking of, because they are as present for you in the memory of that moment, in the moment of feeling the love within you, in the moment of sharing the sacred experiences that we share. See, the more we can come into the now and live from those places and share from that, then we we really begin to elevate the consciousness of one and all. And that's one of the things we're learning, because our condemnation of ourselves, our judgment of the world, our doubt, our fear keeps us playing small, keeps us in bondage to energies that are not really serving the greater awareness of our true being. When we're in the awareness of this now, we are connected to everyone. All it takes is a single thought of that person. And aren't they right there in your field of energy? Each one of you are right here in my energy field. Welcome, Lori Elizabeth. And I feel you and experience you as a powerful presence on this planet, and as a presence of love. And by recognizing all I have to do is turn within, have one single thought, and my heart is expanded. Now, I also love the benefit of this time when we're finding new ways to connect, and that we're letting our hearts maybe open and expand. What if this is a time of teaching us to treasure those connections within our own being and our connections with one another? Don't you think that when you come back together with your grandchildren, when you come back together with those you love and you are able to hug them again, when you connect with your spiritual family or your family or any of those, your friends and your loved ones that you have been physically distancing from, I prefer that to social distancing, because we are socially connecting. We are physically distancing to create safety for one another. Yet at the same time, to know we can never truly be separate. And every moment is an opportunity to return to that inner thought, to expand your heart, feel that connection, to remember those. I actually love some of the social media platforms that are happening right now, because I see someone's face, or I see their name is all it takes, and I may have not thought of that person, they suddenly pop up on my feed, or I experience these moments of remembrance because I have reflection time. And I'm just inviting you, as those things arise, that allow that experience to be something that connects you to a greater wave of energy that is blessing everyone, by you remembering that memory, by you remembering that person, by you experiencing that deeper connection. We are honoring this time of interconnecting the entire planet. This is probably the only time that I know in my lifetime that we have all been in this, we're not in the same boat. As somebody posted, and I posted a beautiful piece from someone, but we're all in the same storm. And we all are recognizing that we are without borders in this world at this time. Everyone is being affected, and everyone is experiencing the beauty and magnificence of these experiences. We are experiencing the beauty of the earth transforming. We're experiencing the beauty of our coming outside of space and time, and to say, in the moment that we return to someone, there will be a collapse as if there was never a moment that we weren't apart, in a sense. We'll recognize that, that love never went away. That love couldn't go away. And so as we begin to recognize, I can choose that right here and right now. If I experience that hug with you right now, in my inner being, it is as real as it is in the physical. Now, I know we love our touch, and we're missing that, okay? But I still want us to look at what is the benefit of us really, truly deepening our awareness of the value of one another, the value of our own inner connection, of the divine awareness that love has not ended, will never end. And if anything, without all the noise of the mind, without all the noise of our busyness of life, that love is able to expand. That love is able to take us to new heights of remembrance and awareness. Somebody had a challenge going on Facebook about, your favorite albums that put up the album cover, that albums that, moved you. And I always love, music has been a part of my soul and such a deep expression in my life. And I realized that touching into the music that formed me and the music that was important to me also brought me to the same kind of remembrance. I would remember the vibration and the feeling that was engaged when I heard that music. I started putting some of it on and remembering those favorite songs that inspired me when I was young or brought me to the depth of my feelings if I needed to cry or whatever it might be. And it's all a part of this whole thing of remembering that there's no separation. You are just returning to a vibrational field and remembrance of that frequency in that moment that was moving and inspiring and exciting, or it was deeply touching and heart-opening, or connected you to others through dance and movement, or whatever it might be, by love songs shared. And every moment is an opportunity to remember our oneness, to be aligned with the love and the connection heart to heart and soul to soul. Take a moment to think of all those people in your life that have touched and shaped your life, that have made a difference to who you are. This is a time to not spend our time wandering in our mind around all of the fear and all of the doubt and all the struggle. Let us connect at a deeper, profound level. Welcome, Joy Ruffin Oak. Glad to have you with us. And Leah Cashin-Weems, great to have you here. As we remember those heart and soul connections, we are right there in that moment, reaching into the heart and soul of one another. I am so eternally grateful for each of you and the hearts and souls that I've connected to in this world for so long. There's so many that I've had the blessing of being able to be brought into your lives in sacred ways and to experience the truth of who you are. And probably my greatest gift is to be here and reflect back to you the truth of who you are. Welcome, Ricky Buffington. And as we touch each other in that way by doing it within ourselves, we are already transforming this world and remembering our connection. And when we come together, it'll be that much sweeter. But some of us may not come back together physically. There are those that I was touching with it in today that were all over the world. And we're not going to necessarily be together physically. And yet, you know what? I felt physically, powerfully touched by their presence in this moment of remembrance today, in this coming together. So what is it in us that wants to be deeply touched and lifted up and shared as a vibration and frequency of love, whether it's remembering those people here or not here in this physical realm? They may not be in your physical realm right this minute, but every one of them is equally present. And what is it that, if it's music that's touching our soul and that is bringing that feeling? See, the greatest gift. Hi, Mary McCormick. Great to see you on here. And Patrick Farron, glad to have you with us. Whatever that feeling and vibration that is transforming this remembrance inside of us, to know I am one, I'm connected, I'm interconnected to all of creation, that is transforming our world, because we're coming into a deep, profound feeling. To feel the amount of love I felt this morning on that Zoom call that I'm talking about, I will tell you that probably is an energy that lifts the whole world. The minute that kind of love is expanded and expressed and multiplied and magnified, is that it touches into every heart and soul that I have ever known, because we are always interconnected. So whatever feeling I'm having creates an interconnection and touches into the heart and soul of others, that they know that same kind of love. I kept saying, I feel like my heart is like constantly like fireworks today, and in the power of this. So I invite you, find those sacred places, those sacred remembrances, the love, the joy, the harmony, the peace. Spend your time and energy in this interconnected realm. And know that as we come through this, we are going to feel so connected that our presence with one another is already an expanded realm of oneness, and it is blessing the world. And that when we actually get into each other's presence, oh my gosh, it'll be just, oh, I already have been feeling you this whole time. So you're already experiencing it. So I invite you, find that within you that wants to express this remembrance, this fullness of experience, because then you have it right here and right now in this moment. And though we may be physically distancing, we are never actually apart from each other. The heart of my love, the beauty of the magnificence of who you are and my knowing who you are, nothing can shake that. Nothing. I know and I feel the power of you as a presence of love on this planet. And I'm grateful to be in your presence and sharing this love and light in the world, and that all of you sharing yours wherever you may be. Hi, Lily Cessna. Thanks for joining us. And Ed G, I love all of you. I just want to share the power of the love that is here. May you feel it and know it within your own being. God bless you, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Love you. Bye.